Eugene?
Eugene.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck. Thank you.
All right, good morning and welcome to day 2 of the 2022 NCTTA Western Regionals, hosted here at OCTTA Table Tennis Club in Orange County. Live on table 2 is going to be the women's singles round robin group. Actually, women's team. We're going women's team. On the close side, representing UC San Diego, we have Sophia. And on the far side, representing University of Washington, we have Eugene. Both players determine and serve.
Sophia, lucky net dribble.
Yeah, Sophia from San Diego is a pen hold player. We haven't seen too many of those this tournament. Most people going with a shake hand grip, but she does have a pen hold grip. Eugene, her opponent from UW, is shake hand. She is a lefty though. See that Sophia does have rubber on her backhand side. In the modern game, most pen holders do have that. They could do the reverse pen hold backhand. Back in the day, pen hold was normally limited to just one side only. So same side for forehand and backhand. A little limiting on the backhand side.
Right now, a backhand rubber enables a backhand attack, which can often have significant amounts of side spin just due to that racket face angle. But that may play directly into Eugene's strength as a left-handed looper.
That's true. As a lefty, the spins are coming from a different side than righty. Most players in table tennis tend to be right-handed, so it can sometimes throw people off when they play lefty. And even the same goes for left-handed players. They're used to playing righties as well, so even when they line up against a left-handed player, it could be a bit uncomfortable for them.
Bit ironic, but understandable. Here in this first game, the players are still figuring out each other's style. But as the match goes on, we may find bit more lengthy rallies.
Oh, a tricky topspin serve there from Sophia. A pendulum serve, a lot of side top on that. We're seeing both players really going for their third and fifth ball attacks. They're looking for those pushes or those passive shots that are lingering a little long after the table and going for attacks.
But as we just saw here, any long serve has the potential to be attacked.
Oh, net
Second.
and an edge for Sophia.
Second net shot there for Sophia of the match. Two
Tough
easy
to
points for
defend
her.
against that. Table 1, we do have some men's singles from UC Irvine and University of Washington. And on table 3, we have a continuation of the women's team play. UC San Diego versus University of Washington. Oh, nice rally there. Several counterattacks from each player. Notice Eugene switching up, going with the backhand serve that last point. Oh, tough break for Sophia. Really trying to get that long serve, exactly that, long and deep.
Absolutely. Oh, in this case, we're seeing a little bit of a return of the favor with the net.
Yeah, net for Eugene.
The net is fickle. It plays no favorites,
No.
but it certainly can spin a game in one's favor.
Heavy pushing rally there. Goes to Sophia. She takes game 1 for UC San Diego. Both players in their respective corners getting coached. Also seeing a supportive bench from University of Washington, which was a theme yesterday.
Certainly was, both on and offline. In person and online, very much support shown.
That's right, we had a lot of Huskies in the live chat chiming in. Yesterday we had the co-ed team event as well as women's singles. Women's singles, the final was between Shin Lee of Ohlone College and Angela Guan from Cal Berkeley. Angela Guan did take victory. She is the Western Regions champion for women's singles. Yesterday in the co-ed team final, we saw USC, University of Southern California, taking on University of Washington. USC did prevail. A great showing from University of Washington this tournament.
Yeah, it certainly is, Jace. The whole bench was on their feet yesterday. You could feel the energy in the whole club. Both benches, as a matter of fact, USC and
USC,
UW.
no slouch themselves. So now we have players switching sides, beginning game 2.
You can see Sophia here with some really tough, deep, spinny pushes.
Yeah.
Really putting the pressure on. Maybe trying to force an attack, an uncomfortable attack.
Yeah, Eugene did pivot and opt for her forehand there. Wow, nice rally. Sophia changing up direction. Wide push out long to Sophia's forehand.
Yeah, just enough to move her barely out of position. Nice backhand blocks. We're seeing her utilize that red side, that backhand side for blocks.
It was the reverse penhold backhand. Wow, nice block from Eugene. Sophia taking some initiative and actually attacking the serve right there. Second ball attack.
Classic third ball. The serve is the setup and then finishing it down the line.
Great footwork too, pivoting around her backhand. Both players keeping the pace, staying close to the table. You see that a lot in the modern women's game. Both players very fast strokes, very spinny strokes, right off the bounce, close to the table. A tricky serve. The serves can be so hard to read. Subtle wrist movements can vary the toss height of the serve. Not allowed to hide the serve with your body or your hand, but sometimes you can toe the line with that, get very close, hiding the serve, and then have it be visible at the last second. As long as it's visible at impact, it is a legal serve.
Yeah, that's right, Jace. Yesterday we did see a couple technicalities in the men's matches with the ball height being obstructed by the head or body. So you really do have to be careful.
Yeah.
Keep things fair, keep things visible.
Sophia again with an attack right off the serve. Again, that University of Washington bench clapping for every point. Trying to pump up Eugene here at set 2.
Quick break here to discuss the point total for the game.
Table number 1 have a continuation of men's singles round robin. Cal Berkeley taking on Arizona State, I believe, in the men's singles.
Yeah, that's right. They were supposed to have a women's team here today, but couldn't get everyone here. So unfortunately, they had to default out of the tournament.
And that's Arizona State.
That's Arizona State.
Well, it appears the scores have been settled. Ladies are back in action.
Interesting tactics here. We're seeing a little bit longer pushes occasionally. But if something opens up, they will capitalize.
Yeah.
Nice point there to Sophia.
Sophia very quick, moving around, using her forehand where she can. Pretty solid pen hold tactics right there.
Yeah, we're starting to see a bit longer extended rallies here.
Yeah, Sophia getting an edge there.
Yeah.
Sophia actually had almost every pen hold stroke in that last rally. She had a traditional pen hold backhand, reverse pen hold backhand, and a forehand. Eugene here with the serves. We get to the business end of the second set.
Nice attack there by Eugene.
A backhand attack directly down the line. Hard to go down the line with your attacks as opposed to cross. It's kind of going against the natural angle. Typically takes a little more coordination, a little more skill to send your shots down the line or down the line straight rather than going cross court.
Sure. If you think about the dimensions of the table, quite literally, it's shorter. It's less table to work with.
Shaping up to be a good match here. Both players taking one set each. The start of game 3. Something to keep in mind, this is the team event. So each team will send out 4 players. Those 4 players will be in an order. There's a first player, second player, third player, fourth player, A, B, C, D. Not necessarily indicative of the player's skill level. You can stagger that lineup however you want. Maybe put your team's strongest player in your third, fourth, second spot. all about the team's preference. One thing to note, though, is if this team match does go 2-2, with UC San Diego taking 2 wins, University of Washington taking 2 wins, it will go to a doubles tiebreaker. And that doubles tiebreaker must have a player from the #1 slot.
And Jace, are those doubles teams predetermined?
They are
Or do they decide
predetermined.
later on?
Correct, correct. So the teams will submit their rosters right before the match starts, and that will have the doubles pairing listed on there.
Always tough to give up a point there in the form of a missed serve.
See how Eugene recovers after the serve fault. Staying aggressive. Hunting those balls that drift long after the table, trying to get her attack in. Oh, fast long serve by Sophia. Eugene was ready for it. Wow, nice point. Nice point. Saw a transfer of Sophia being the attacker and turned on defense. Right back on the attack, right off the serve.
Certainly has been a trend for Sophia to do some strong attacks right off the serve.
The pen holders with the grip have a little more wrist motion as well. So they tend to have higher likelihood of producing some spin on their serves. Really whip their wrist. Really don't see a lot of pen hold players these days. Even a lot of players out of China who traditionally had a decent amount of pen holders are still opting for the shake hand grip.
Chance at an attack, going a little low into the net.
Yeah, Eugene putting good backspin on that serve. It'd be hard to lift backspin over the net. Table tennis can be so subtle, even when you're pushing a serve back, so you're imparting backspin on that serve return. Sometimes you can put a lot of backspin on it. Sometimes you could take some backspin off. If you're going to go and attack that ball, you have to be really savvy on what kind of spin, how much spin is on it. It's going to impact the racket angle you go in with. It's so subtle.
Yeah, that's a great point. Even the sound the ball makes when it bounces off the racket can sort of cue you in on what kind of spin you're going to receive. It's an amazingly technical sport, but in a noisy club such as this with maybe 10 or 11 matches going on at a time, can be a little more difficult to hear the spin on that ball. Rely on
typically
visuals.
You hear kind of that flat, kind of woody sound. That's more what you hear when there's a smash. Not a lot of spin on that, but typically high speed. Kind of the less sound you hear, more of a brushing. That ball's going to be loaded with spin.
A little bit more of a pop.
Yeah, pop.
Glass, it's been compared to glass.
There you go, especially in the speed glue era.
That's a good point.
Did appear that Eugene took set 3. That would give her a 2-1 lead. It's best 3 of 5. So first player to win 3 games will take the match. Eugene very stable with her backhand block. She's been pretty consistent with that all match. Wow, good point there. Both players exchanging some attacks at each other. Sophia coming out on top. Yeah.
Switching off attacks here every other point.
Eugene's team, the Huskies, getting behind her. Wow, wide angle backhand. Great shot from Eugene. Eugene certainly has the momentum this fourth set. She's flying. Very comfortable with her block, and as soon as she sees a ball that she can put some spin on, attack, she's going for it.
Oh, again with that deep push. Deep pushes are a tough shot because they have speed, but they also have a lot of spin. Whether you want to push it back or attempt an attack off the bounce. It's a tough choice.
Good backhand attack by Eugene. Really using the angles to her advantage with her backhand.
Seeing Sophia here try for a second ball attack. Unfortunately not completing the stroke.
Sophia has had some success going long, deep serves right down the line into Eugene's backhand. 2 in a row right there.
Case in point.
A game of momentum. You know, early in the game we saw Eugene flying. Now Sophia's making a comeback. Another tricky serve into Eugene's backhand. Eugene's bench taking a timeout for her coach. Players do get 1 timeout each in their matches. They can use whenever they want. We'll see different strategies on that. Eugene up in the match, 2-1, but still taking the timeout here in the 4th set. Her team wanting her to get refocused and close this out now rather than go to a 5th set where things can get a bit dicey.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a confidence killer to lose a game right when you're already up. Clearly the preference is to finish out strong.
Over on table 3, the right of the screen, that match still going on. So both teams still in their first 2 matches here in this women's team group stage. Timeout may have been fruitful for Eugene. Takes the next point.
Seen some good spin. Good spin from Sophia on that attack. Brings the ball down. You do hear a cho after the point. First vocal we've heard.
Wow, great point. Eugene takes it. Great win for the Husky team, 3-1. Very nice to get that first team match win under your belt, or game in the match rather. Gives your team some momentum. Husky players giving their players some props.
Ayaha. Want to make sure we get your name right? Ayaha? Ayaha? Athena. Okay, Ayaha. Good luck.
All right, we are back on table 2, the 2022 NCTTA Western Regionals. We currently have the women's team event in the group stage. University of Washington versus University of California, San Diego. Currently, University of Washington is up 2-0 in this team match. So you see San Diego with their backs against the wall a little bit. On the near side of the camera, we have Athena representing UCSD, University of California, San Diego. On the far side, we have Ayaha representing UW, the Huskies.
One thing that's really impressed me about the UW squad is their support, both on the live stream chat yesterday as well as from the bench. So it's really exciting to see a team travel so far and really bring their A game. Not only in terms of gameplay, but support, school spirit.
That's right, and they did have to travel a bit. UW in the Pacific Northwest. We are here in Orange County at the OCTTA, Orange County Table Tennis Association. We have seen the UC San Diego bench get more involved a little bit, though. They are backing their players now. Both players right-handed, shake hand grip. We have seen a few penhold players on both teams.
So the penhold, of course, being a little less common in more recent years. It's a bit of a different style. Has an interesting reverse penhold backhand attack, which can be formidable.
We did see the previous UCSD player, Sophia, implementing that. One neat thing you might notice about Ayaha, she does have pink rubber instead of red, which you normally see.
What's the story with that?
Well, back in the day, players could have 2 red sides, 2 black sides, which, you know, might not see an issue with that, but players would have 2 different types of rubber. So they might have a smooth inverted rubber that can part spin, and they might have an anti-spin rubber. Doesn't really have any friction at all, and those could be the same color. So it's really hard for their opponents to see if they were twiddling, switching sides, what side of the racket they were hitting with. So there was a rule imposed where you have to have 1 black side, 1 red side, easily distinguished what side of the racket you're hitting with. However, recently there's been some leniency in that. The rules have changed a bit. You still have to have 1 side black rubber, but you can have the other side be different colored. So Ayaha going with the pink. We've seen some players in this tournament with green. Saw a blue yesterday as well, I believe also from UC San Diego.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Quite literally brings a little more color into the sport, a little more chances to stylize your play. Maybe match your shirt color.
Yeah, your team color. You see
Yeah.
Quadri Aruna from Nigeria repping the green rubber.
Sure, of course, the Nigerian flag having some green in it. So
I think it's great. The more we can market table tennis, get the sport out there, I'm all for it. Both players warming up their backhands now. UC San Diego gonna have to get it going here. Their backs are up against the wall, down 0-2 in this team match. They do win the serve, so they will start. Best of 5 match, each game to 11.
Very tricky serve to start off the match here. Easy point for Athena.
Yeah, coming out guns blazing. That's the energy, that's the style that UCSD is going to need to get back in this. UCSD bench coming out, cheering on their player. Both players feeling each other out, getting the hang of each other's serves. Sometimes you don't see the best rallies in the first set, but as the match goes on, rallies tend to elongate a bit. Players getting a feel for each other, how much spin each player imparts.
So far, seeing quite a few serve winners from Athena.
Yeah, very tricky pendulum serve. Can make very subtle spin differences just based on the angle of the racket or the way your wrist moves. Most players you will see have a pendulum serve. That is the predominant serve you see in today's game.
What we're seeing here is a side spin from Athena, which plays directly into Ayaha's backhand. That is a very tough spin to react to on the backhand side. It is preferred to return with the forehand. Just
And
due to
Ayaha
the hand angles.
having some great serves herself as well. Getting some outright winners. Wow.
Clean put away by Athena.
Nice winner by Athena with her forehand, going wide out to Ayaha's forehand side.
Credit to Ayaha. You can see her attempting a step around. She's catching on to the spin a little bit more on those serves, but still causing her a bit of trouble.
And Athena does take game one, giving UC San Diego a 1-0 lead in this particular match. Table number one on the left side, we have some men's singles. University of Washington playing Cal Berkeley. And on table three on the right side of the screen, we have technically the third singles match in the women's team event between UW and UC San Diego. What we are live streaming is the fourth set, or the fourth slot of singles matches. In this team event, each team will send out 4 players. So this is the match of the fourth slotted players.
Virtually every other table in the club, other than 2 and 3, are the men's singles round robin. The men's singles final looking to be a little bit earlier today than the finals from yesterday. Around noon should be beginning. Excited to watch those, Jason.
Set 2 of this match starting now. Athena really giving a steady diet of top spins.
Nice return there by
Nice return by Ayaha. Sometimes very tricky to return that fast, long topspin serve.
Nice serve there, pushed long. A little bit of spin deception.
And the Washington women's captain and UCSD women's captain, please come to the front. You ready? I'll back again.
And it can be tough when you run up with a player with a really tricky serve. It can be a bit disheartening. They win so many points outright on that.
That's a good point. It is how the points are begun, so naturally.
Arguably the most important stroke in the game. It's a stroke you have full control of. You and you alone get to determine the spin on it. Oh, Good attack attempt by Ayaha.
A bit of a redirection
Yeah,
angle there.
great forehand attack from Ayaha. Athena was there, able to forehand counter it right back. And that tricky serve to take set number 2. Athena taking a 2-0 lead, which is what UC San Diego needs.
Yeah, good point. JCU Dub currently up 2 matches to 0, but looking very good for UC San Diego here.
It appears they're holding their own on table 3 as well. Selfishly, I'm hoping for a tiebreaker doubles. That would be great. Get that on the live stream.
That's a good point. More table tennis for the fans, more playing for the players. A little bit more intensity.
Doubles can be a whole nother beast. Sometimes the best singles players may not be the best doubles players.
That's a good point. There's a lot of teamwork involved. Of course, in doubles, you have to alternate. So
I've seen some righty-lefties on both teams as well. Be interesting if they go with the righty-lefty combo. But here we are with set 3. Athena with the serve. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Sticking with those tricky, long side top, side under serves.
you can see Ayaha attempting more of an attacking stroke versus a bit more of a block.
Really good energy from Athena. We're hearing her celebrate after every point. Team's clapping.
Interesting backhand serve, but again, strong side spin.
Speaking of the multicolored rubber, you can see some blue rubber here on table number 1.
Attempted attack right off the serve for Athena. Just touches the net and goes long.
Nice serve by Ayaha. Good deception there. Both players very deceptive, tricky serves.
A nice return there, but Athena really keeping those shots to the body. It's an uncomfortable position there. You have to decide quickly between a forehand or backhand stroke. Sometimes the spin doesn't quite line up.
That will do it. Athena does take it. 3-0. Waiting to hear back on the results of table 3 to see if this will go to a tiebreakers double or not. If it does, we could be in for a good treat on table 2.
makes more sense to be on table 3 because lefties, and then with his righty serve, you know. Be cool with going to table 3.
It's a big match and I need it on the screen.
Yeah, no. Move the screen to table 3.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, just move the camera.
Yeah.
So, you call the shots.
You're saying there's a lefty?
Yeah, there's a righty and lefty on both. Yeah.
Oh, on both.
Just so when they serve, they're going to be cutting into the righty on table 1.
Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah. So I'll... Should be fun. All the
Am I loud with the sound?
yeah, very sound.
It's questioned 5 times.
Yeah, for sure.
Matt, do we want to have the mic, that one on a little bit?
I was gonna have it on a bit,
Okay.
but these guys were playing too, and they're technically closer. You know what I mean?
I don't know what to do.
Because the mic's on that side, so
Keep it same volume like we've had it? I don't know.
keep it light.
Do you want to change it?
Okay, I think we're good, but give it a second to catch up.
Okay.
It says that I'm live.
Okay. Okay.
So are we?
It does always start good.
This is when them warming up.
Yeah.
Fuck, really?
No, we're
here
good.
we go.
Okay,
Ready? Okay.
We're good.
Thank you.
So we missed the whole first game? Yes. Alright. Well,
We can recap it.
All right, if you're tuning in, we are live here on Table 3 of the 2022 NCTTA West Regionals. Oh, and as you can see, we are already into a treat of a match. We have a 5th match of this team match, which normally only go 4, and it's because we're in the doubles tiebreaker. We have University of Washington, the Huskies, on the far side, and we have UC San Diego on the close side. Both teams going with a righty and lefty combo for doubles, which you do see quite a bit on the top level. Makes it a little bit easier to get the footwork in. For doubles, you do have to alternate every shot.
Some strategy you see here is not the server giving the sign for the spin on the serve, but the receiver.
So that person that does get that third ball, that receive from the returner, they're telling the server, hey, I'd like some backspin, I'd like some topspin.
Yeah, whatever they're feeling most confident attacking or returning.
Looks like the UW team, looks like they're having the server call their shots though. Doubles, you may not see rallies quite as long or exciting as singles, just because you do have that footwork component that's built into the doubles game of the players having to alternate shots.
Yeah, that's a good point. You also have a different kind of spin coming off of your teammate's racket, so it does add a new element on that end as well.
That's right. The spin that ultimately you're trying to hit is actually kind of the spin that your teammate created, so could be a little different. Sometimes the best singles player may not be the best doubles player. But we are joining you in Game 2. UC San Diego did take the first game. The winner of this tiebreaker doubles will take the match, will take the victory for their whole team.
Ooh, pop-up serve there, but couldn't quite capitalize for San Diego. Just tipped off the net.
Representing UC San Diego, we have Sophia, who is the right-handed penhold player, and we have Jaslyn, who is the lefty. Representing UW, the Huskies, we have Eugene, who is the left-handed player, and we have Shelly, who's the right-handed player. Sophia and Eugene did play each other in singles, so safe to say they do know each other's game, each other's spin.
Yeah, that's a good point. The other two opponents did not. They were versing other players. But by the second set, they should be a little more comfortable with the styles they're up against. Typical to see slightly longer rallies the further the match goes on, the more comfortable they get with each other.
Keeping score, we have Shin Lee from Ohlone College, who was the women's singles runner-up yesterday. Versus Angela Guan.
Yeah, certainly some very exciting matches yesterday. Just Tigers attacking every ball, out for the hunt.
Good rally there. Both teams moving all over the place. UW coming out on top of that point.
The score is 9-all here in this second game.
UW team, the UW bench getting behind their doubles pairing, rooting them on.
Wow, tricky long serve.
Very clutch. UW evens it up, all square at one set each.
Yeah, we've seen smiles from the UW squad.
By the narrowest of margins. Each game played to 11. You have to alternate every 2 serves, but you must win by 2. Meaning if the score is 10-10, you will go to a deuce play. 11-9 here.
Of course, every set, too, they change who they serve to. So that could be a distinct advantage, certainly with the lefty-righty combo of players.
That's correct. After every game, you do change the order of who you hit to, who you receive from. Sometimes there might be a combination that works better for your team. May even be what we're seeing here with each team going 1-1 in the first 2 games. UC San Diego definitely not having to travel as far, as we're coming at you live from Orange County, just a bit north of San Diego. UW, the Huskies, out of the Pacific Northwest. Some more miles to cover.
That certainly hasn't affected their energy, it seems. They've been performing quite well in the past day.
The UW co-ed team taking 2nd place yesterday, falling to USC in the finals. But now making some noise in the women's team. As the teams change sides as they come back to the table. UW does have the serve to start this third set. Making sure they know who they're serving to. A little more complex than in singles. Shelley with the serve. Game 3, love all.
Oh, hard push. It's a tough return there.
Yeah, very good push by Jaslyn. That serve may have sit up just a bit high, allowing Jaslyn to really cut down on it. Yeah, great location on that serve return, right into the body of Sophia. Wow. One of the lengthy rows we've seen, there was a net in there. Again, doubles is already so hard with the built-in footwork you have to take into consideration having to alternate shots.
Ooh,
another
lucky
net.
net there for UW. A big
Oh,
attack
great
there
loop by Jaslyn. Getting that left-handed loop into play. Cross court.
Getting some support here on the live stream chat. We really enjoyed seeing that support yesterday. It's great to see you tuning in as well, once again. Oh, trying to drop it just short there. Shelley focusing on placement. Wasn't quite enough juice.
It'll be such a cat and mouse game. Obviously, you want to return the serve first and foremost, but you don't want to keep it too high, so you don't want that returner blasting off. But there's backspin on it, so it's naturally going to go low. Good rally.
Wow.
Oh,
What
wow.
an attack. Jaslyn looked like a bit of an uncomfortable position there, but able to secure another point.
San Diego team letting their ladies know they like that.
Good.
Momentum certainly in San Diego's court at the moment. Service error. Must serve cross court in doubles. So in a way, that is one component of doubles. It's a bit more simpler if you are returning serve. You know pretty much where it's going to go.
You essentially have half the table cut out of the equation entirely.
Wow, great receive there from Sophia. Forehand flip kill down the line, going straight instead of cross court.
And those are often the best winners in doubles because you do have someone else you have to work around. So a well-placed shot, while it might not need to be speedy, can really trip up the opponents.
I had a coach once in my younger days that said doubles just hit about 75% speed and let them moving around make it difficult.
It's a great tactic because at the end of the day, the team that keeps the ball on the longest is going to win the point.
It's a Harvard level take there, Matt.
So I am a college graduate. I have a master's here as well. So it's playing into this top analysis level. Both teams taking a quick break before their next set.
Yeah, let me just like get out of this. Yeah.
this fourth set. UC San Diego is up 2-1. And it's a winner-take-all scenario right now. The winner of this doubles will win this match. Saw a couple of co-ed matches going into doubles yesterday. This is our first women's team match making it to doubles today. Men's singles going on the other tables in the venue. Now, UC San Diego did win the second set when it was this pairing of who's hitting to who's receiving from who. See if this combination perhaps works out better for UW.
Nice serve from Shelley. Sophia attacking.
Wow, very spinny loop right there from Chaslin. Took a little bit of pace off, just went super spin, high arc. Sometimes those can be the toughest ones to block.
Wow, interesting exchange there. High push, but very spinny. UCSD dumping it into the net.
Sophia almost with the hero shot there, running in for the kill.
It's a bit of a heartbreak. Wow, another spinny shot from Jaslyn. This
right off the serve.
A little more speed this time. She's a very smart player.
UC San Diego trailing in this fourth set, 3-5. They do have the serve. Wow, deep spinny push by Sophia, but almost out of fault. As Eugene's push just clipped the top of the net and dribbled over.
Wow, nice.
Wow, great backhand by Eugene, very aggressive. Don't always see players taking a lot of backhands in doubles. Because you can alternate every shot, you'll see players try to get forehand in as much as they can. Especially with the righty-lefty combo. Play your cards right and you could take forehand almost every shot. Tricky serve again from Shelley. She has had some outright winners on her points. San Diego now trailing by 4.
Interesting observation. The UCSD team, regardless of if they're receiving or serving, sets up with the racket hand to the middle of the table. So that's providing the most coverage of area. The UW team does not necessarily do that on the receive. On the serve here, of course, you do see the rackets on the inner part of the table, but on the receives, not so much.
Well, the Huskies have earned themselves 6 set points here in Game 4.
Let's serve. Wow.
And all they need is 1. They take Game 4. Well, if
Slimmest
there's any
margins.
question about how evenly matched these two schools are, 5th game, doubles tiebreaker, and 5th game within that doubles tiebreaker. This will be interesting. We talked about the different combinations of who's receiving from who's hitting to who, maybe working into different teams' advantages. Well, that's going to be a bit nullified in this 5th game. When the first team reaches 5 points, they will switch sides, and they also switch who's going to receive.
That's a great point because let's say one player plays great against another opponent, but at 5 points, that all changes.
They're going to change and be receiving from someone else.
It's anybody's game at that point.
Exactly.
Sometimes what it boils down to, Jace, is just the level of focus and teamwork that the team can hold together. It's a mental game. It's also a physical game.
Here in college table tennis, the bench, the support team can also pay dividends, get you hyped up. Both schools have a good-sized contingent behind them right now, giving them some advice.
On the other tables, the men's singles round robin still in effect. Many matches still in play. We look forward to that final a little bit later on in the day, right around noon or so.
Notice the team's taking a bit more time now between sets. Trying to make sure everything's hashed out, their strategies are in line. Here we go, winner take all. Both teams definitely want to get out to a hot start here. You can reach that 5-point marker, that always feels good if you're the one that's creating that change of the table.
Yeah, that is a good point. Every little mental edge, every little bit counts.
The Huskies do have the serve. And you will see this in doubles. Sometimes hard to keep track of who's supposed to be receiving who on any given set.
Wow, strong attack off of a very hard push from Jaslyn. That's very impressive.
First point. Eugene getting her loop in. Wow, and just great setup right there. Long, fast serve, induced a weaker return. UC San Diego capitalizing on it.
Another opportunity, but notice that push was far to Jaslyn's forehand. It caused her to have to move a bit out of her comfort zone. It's a very, very smart play going on here. A push that could yield a winner. Well, they may not push it there next time. They're learning on the go here.
Might add a little more backspin to the push, take some off. Wow.
A note to self, don't hit it there.
Very confident shot by Jaslyn. Pulling no punches, going for it, attacking right off the serve. It's going to pump her team up. Tricky return by Eugene. Kind of a dead forehand flick, but definitely a different trajectory than a push. And that yielded them the point.
Certainly is, Chase.
Eugene again playing hero, attacking right off the serve, getting her spinny forehand into play.
And they are switching sides here at 5 points. We'll give a moment for the scorekeeper to change the score.
And they will switch the serving order now. Obviously the team that was about to serve is still going to serve, but the receivers change. Serve clip in the top of the net. That's a let, and they'll do it over again. Wow, great point. San Diego getting both attacks in. Now 5-4 Husky lead. Gutsy serve, went a bit long, but had enough spin on it to do the job. We've seen Shelly do that a couple times. She'll go to push and she'll keep it super short over the net. They seem like a defensive shot, but it's done the job a few times now.
Shelly really using that push to her advantage. We've seen 2 points in a row end as a result of her spin on that push.
Wow, Jaslyn attacking off the serve again.
Table tennis is such an interesting sport. The manner in which a point is won can make a difference mentally, but a net dribble is just as powerful as a smash winner. Still yields the same score.
UW with a great opportunity here, up by 4, 9-5 in this deciding game.
UCSD calling a timeout at this time. They'll have about a minute to discuss strategy here.
Break momentum a bit. Relatively quick timeout. San Diego needs to get it going here, down by 4 in the 5th game. Wow, and there's that flip again from Eugene. She's done that a few times now. Sending kind of a knuckleball back.
Still at match point here. Getting a little
San
tense.
Diego not out yet. They do have 3 match points to save.
Wow, staying on the offensive.
Yeah.
San Diego taking some chances.
They are not playing conservative. They are still going for it. Have a lot of fight in them. Still 2 match points to save, however, but they do have the serve.
Now Sophia giving the serve call.
Tricky serve.
One point away
University
from
of Washington wisely calling timeout.
It's a good point. 3 straight points, and one more could really shake things up for Washington.
Both players back. As tight as you possibly can get in this women's team event. If you're tuning in online, we are discussing the case brought up on the live chat.
as
Does
to
appear that the
whether they
receivers,
switched.
yeah, the receivers may not have changed sides. We're going to see what the umpire decides to do. I'm assuming they might bring it back to 5-3, which was the change. This is a tough one. I don't know what would really be considered fair.
That would really shake things up here.
UW obviously had match point, but UC San Diego had a lot of momentum.
Yeah, you guys have the video in front of you.
Oh, to go right after this. Yeah. Do you have any coffee? No. No. I've been working through this one. Nope. The receiver didn't switch.
Yeah.
We're still.
We're back here. Wow. And that will do it. Kind of a political, kind of a dramatic end. It appears that both sides elected to continue on as was. Instead of going back to the 5-3, I'll have to get confirmation from the umpire. Either way, UW does take it. Bit of a controversial end. Clutch match by the Huskies. They're going to be very happy with that performance.
Congrats to UW. We're seeing a lot of smiles and hugs back there in the team area.
UC San Diego should keep their head high. They really battled back towards the end there. Had a great performance. Definitely not heard the last from them.
Can you run over here with a camera? Smaller lens, like for Photoshop. UC San Diego, please submit your roster for your next matchup immediately. is Yao Dong Wang, but his rating's not 594 for sure.
Oh,
He won 3rd place in
okay.
SoCal East Divisionals. Let me double check it. I put it in the Google Doc.
So it should be Liddy.
Yeah.
Okay. What's up, man?
Right.
Yao Hong?
How do you say your name?
Yao Hong?
Yeah.
Yao Hong. Alright. Jayo.
One of the white girls from SD said like, she shared it to me. And I was like, wait, neither of us.
That's awesome.
SoCal West 3rd place.
SoCal West 3rd place. Okay.
Yeah, this guy. And then obviously Kai Zhang is SoCal East 1st place.
Got it.
Why is
So
it obvious
West
there? Why is it